Hello, 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 and a pleasant good day to you, whatever time. I don't know where this is going to be finding you, whether you are in the United States of America, whether you are in Europe, whether you're in Australia, whether you are in Africa, wherever you are, whatever your time zone is. This is another episode of A La Arvy, or rather, Cooking with A La Arvy. I was about to make some dinner, and I thought, well, you know what? Let me see. This might be an interesting dish for someone. So I decided to just go ahead and do a quick little video to show you a quick little meal that you can do. This meal today is called Veggie Lasagna Noodles with air fried chicken thighs. So, all right, let's get started. All right, starting off with my veggie lasagna noodles part. So, in this container, I have a variety of vegetables. It's not seasoned yet. And also, I have, if you can see, I have some onions, some green peppers, and a few other herbs. I'm going to add a little bit of basil, and that's all going to be in here. I'm going to season it. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I have some cheese. I'm using Colby Jack today. I have the raw lasagna noodles, and I have my boiling pot of water, or rather, my boiling pot of salted water. So obviously, I'm going to go ahead and put those in there and get everything started. And you need a pan, and this is lined with olive oil. And my infamous A La Arvy seasoning. I can't tell you what's in there. My secret ingredients. Alrighty. Okay, don't know if you can tell, but I mentioned salted boiling water, but there's also a teaspoon of olive oil in here as well. Okay? And I usually just put them in one at a time. Water's boiling. It's no big whoop-de-doo about how this is done. So for my dish, I'm going to be cutting them in half when they're finished cooking. So I just have 7 noodles that I'm going to let boil and come down to being fully cooked. All right. Okay. As you can see, yep, the noodles are ready. Okay, so now that it's finished cooking, you want to take it from the hot water and you want to put it in some cold water. I'm going to put them in some cold water, all of them in some cold water. Up, and I'm making a mess, but it's okay. I'll clean it up when I'm done. Okay, that's it. All right, I've already cut up the basil. See, I already cut the basil up in here. So now I'm adding my special seasoning. Now this seasoning, I'm not going to tell you what's in my seasoning, but feel free to add whatever seasoning you like. And then you're going to just mix it all up, Okay, so it's mixed all up, mixed it up, and see, it's nice and seasoned. All right, off to the next step. Okay, all right, now we're gonna, okay, it's not so hot. So now we're gonna take out each noodle. We're just gonna simply just cut it in half. I'm just cutting it diagonal, but it really doesn't matter if it's diagonal or if it's regular, but I'm just doing diagonal, okay? I'm gonna finish cutting all the rest of these, and then I'll be back. Okay, finished cutting up all of these halves now. Let's pour the water out. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to add just a little smidgen of extra virgin olive oil. So whatever kind of oils that you like, that's fine. But just a little bit. And I really meant just a little bit. Let's see. And of course, no rings. Make sure your hands are clean. Right? Okay. You want to make sure all of the individual pasta, the lasagna noodles, make sure that they all have a little bit of the olive oil on there. Okay, then my special seasoning. Just a little bit on here just to coat the outsides, and I'm gonna use my hands again to make sure it's all spread across. Just a little bit, just doing a little bit of a sprinkle really. I haven't mixed it in yet, but you see the noodles are looking like this. And then you just make sure it's all mixed in a little bit where, see that? Okay. Alrighty, now that we have the pasta shells, see these cheese that I had there? I'm gonna fold them in half, yeah? And you're gonna put it in the middle like that. Then you're going to put some veggie in the middle. You can't put too much because you want to be able for it to close, yeah? But just put some in the middle. And I may have put a little bit too much. But anyway, what you do after that is you put this other cheese on the top. And then you want to roll it up a bit. Roll it over. Okay. And then it goes into the pan. You see that, what that looks like? So I'm going to do that for the rest of these, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've finished wrapping them up, and this is what it's going to look like initially. And then what I'm going to do is just layer the top with the Colby cheese, and then put it in the oven for 350 degrees. See you soon. All right, so I've covered the entire thing with cheese, and now I'm putting it in the oven, and so it's going to be baking for 350 degrees. One thing that I did not mention, let me mention just to make sure that it's clear, the vegetables need to already be cooked. And I usually cook mine a little bit al dente before doing it in a dish like this, okay? So make sure the pasta is cooked, at least up to the al dente style, and then make sure that the vegetables are cooked. All right, see you soon. All right, that smells good. Did you see there? Nice. We'll let it coat a little more and get a little bit brown on the top. All right, and this is the finished product, as you can see. So then now all it is just to let it cool a little bit and serve it. Just separated the cheese from each individual morsel. From each individual veggie lasagna noodle, so that once it cools, it'll be easier to pick it up with the nice spatula. All right, next step is the chicken. I have this chicken here soaking in some vinegar water. And so now I'm going to clean the fat off of this chicken and finish washing up this chicken, and then you'll see what happens next. All right, so I've washed the chicken. It's time to do the seasoning. And so a couple things that's going to be needed here. Of course, my trusty seasoning. And you got it right, some Lay's chips. You see? Crushed up. So I'm going to season this chicken, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. All right, so there we go. Nice and seasoned. And if you've ever had my food, you know I don't like things salty, but I love them properly seasoned. And seasoned doesn't mean seasoned salt. Seasoned means with different types of herbs and different types of ingredients and so forth. So next steps, I just poured the Lay's on here, and so I'm just gonna mix it all up with the Lay's, and then I'll show you the finished product. And this is the part just before air frying. All right, and this is what it looks like with the Lay's mixed in with all the seasoned chicken. So now it's time to put it in the air fryer. All right, and so this is my tray for my air fryer. You'll want to put it down. I left the skin on the thigh because with thighs, the skin are good when you fry it. That oil and the juices nice sink down in there and keep it nice and juicy. So this is what it looks like. Make sure you put it down with the skin on the top. And now it's time to do the air fryer. All right, about to put it into the air fryer now. Let's close it, but this is what it looks like inside. And then we're gonna put it on chicken mode, and then waiting for it to be finished. Now 40 minutes at 370 degrees. It's gonna air fry. All right. All right, make sure that you clean before you even start doing any prep. If you're gonna use your sink for your chicken or whatever, just make sure that you clean it with some Clorox product. And of course, after you're finished, make sure that you clean it with Clorox product again. Don't want to have any Salmonella, E. coli, or any interesting things crawling around in your kitchen, right? And this is what the chicken looks like when it is finished cooking. And this is just a quick dinner. You see, like the Veggie Lasagna Noodles and the air fried chicken. Bon appetit. Thank you for joining me again today on another episode of Cooking with A La Arvy. All right, take it easy. Peace.